This week, our expert is Vincent Ogutu of Advanced Business Consultants, who's here to answer some of the questions that you have sent us. Vincent, first question is from Peter Mukami from Lango Kubwa. And he's asking, after registering a business name, do I need another certificate in order to apply for any tender? And which offices can I get the certificates?
Once you have registered business name, next what you need to use, if it's just a business name, you can either use your PIN number together with the business name, or you register a business a PIN number for the business so that you separate it from yourself. Yeah. Then he will need to also register with the county government, where I'll be able to get a business permit, a single business permit. Now with those 3 documents, he will need to have a bank account, which he will open with the bank, and then he's ready to go. Now he'll need to look at the tender requirements and what he can qualify to supply.
An interesting one from Moses from Kayole, Nairobi. He says he's cashless and interested in starting a business in the leather shoe wear. What can he do because he's jobless?
Many people complain that they don't have money and they want to start business. In the Bible, there is Moses who was asked by God, what do you have? You can't start with nothing. You definitely have something. So our viewers need to be creative. They need to think outside the box and look at what they can do to earn some little money, which will be the seed money that they'll be able to use in the business. For example, now it is raining, it's a bit cold. If you could work for somebody for only 100 shillings or 150, and you buy a packet of milk, and you make some tea, and you sell them in the small cups at maybe 10 shillings each, you'll be able to grow that money.
But what is also very interesting is our guest earlier, he actually started with absolutely nothing. He had a dream.
Yes.
Yeah? And he told us that he only had 100 shillings. That was bus fare. But he absolutely did not have any money to start a business.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be creative. If you are good at using your hands, for example, you can do carpentry work or you can do paint work. You get a client, you ask them to pay 50%. You're good to go. If it is tailoring, you'll be able to get a deposit and you use part of that money to buy the necessary, and then you collect the other half.
This is David from Mombasa. He says he has a very good business idea, but does not know how or where to get capital from.
What happens in life is that there are very many people out there with capital and without idea. And there are people with so many ideas, but without capital. What happens in life is that you have the idea, you are delaying to start, somebody else will have the same idea, and he will start and off he will go. You will need to look at how can he commercialize, how can he sell the idea. Yeah? You need to ask 1 or 2 friends that he values, share with them. If I have this idea, maybe of making this product, is it something that you can buy? You start getting some feedback. And if you can buy, about how much will you be able to pay for it? So you start getting ideas on how you can actually price your idea.
Vincent, a question from Martin Mashua from Nairobi. He's saying he's in college and he has an entrepreneurial idea, and he would like to start, though he does not have the necessary funds. Again, the question of funding.
Funding, people need to be creative. Does he have friends who they can partner? You have the idea and you get a financial. You agree on revenue sharing. Then you'll be off the ground. Because a person will be a bit too hesitant to give you funding when you have not, you yourself, risked some money. I would rather you put in 200 than I put in 1,000 then we have 1,200 and we agree on some revenue sharing. That one will solve the financing problem. Or maybe you join a chama. Some save as little as 100. With time, you have your savings that have grown, and you can take a loan. Because if a person can borrow 18 million, another one can borrow 5,000, funding is never a problem. Banks are there to give money. So long as you have a solid business, your records speak for themselves, they're always willing to fund. And many should, those people who claim that they have ideas, they will try and link up with these business incubators that we actually have in Kenya. For example, the Manu Chandaria at Kenyatta University. We have at Strathmore, depending on whether it is technology or what type of business. And there you'll be able to crystallize or make the business idea more business specific, and to be able to attract funding, where they help you to build a business plan, ways of which you are going to market whatever service or product that you're going to develop. And we even have organizations that will help in business acceleration, where you are growing a small business, you have reached a certain level, and you need the funding, you need to scale up, and you don't have money. Venture capitalists will be able to come in at that time.
Thank you so much, Vincent. It's really a pleasure. And I know a lot of people have appreciated you answering their questions, and we'll continue to do this on a monthly basis. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for your questions and your comments. They do encourage us. Continue to send those questions on the number on your screen. Do have a blessed week.